After 3 years of design school, I finally understand what products are actually worth for everyday use. So welcome back to the vlog. Industrial design, I'd say, is an underrated and underappreciated profession. Me personally, I didn't really know about it until my second year of college actually. And even then, I didn't realize the full extent of what industrial design is until recently. I mean, industrial designers impact every part of the design process, from research, sketching, prototyping, presenting, to marketing, to manufacturing, and each one demands something different from you. And these are the products that I reach for and use every day to get through all of it. Let me finish cleaning up this table. So let's start with the most basic one, a pencil case. I have a lot of tools in my pencil case, from highlighters to different colored pens, but my 3 daily drivers that I think every designer should have is the Muji gel ballpoint pen, an X-Acto knife, and the big ballpoint pen. My dad was actually the first person who introduced me to an X-Acto knife. Back in the day in like 5th grade, he would help me create a shoebox presentation for school, and he would use an X-Acto knife to cut everything out so I can glue it. So sometimes when I use an X-Acto knife, I think back to when I was younger, and it makes me feel like a kid again. It's super convenient for cutting anything. You can put it anywhere you need. You can cut cardboard, paper, cloth with it, and it's more convenient than carrying around scissors. The annoying part is the handle always keeps getting unscrewed, at least for mine, and I have to constantly screw it back in. And even when I screw it back in, it's never fully screwed on, so sometimes it still unscrews when I'm cutting, but I keep it around all the time because it's the quickest way to get precise prototypes done. So this is one of the must-haves in your toolkit. Next, I have the Muji ballpoint pen. I made a whole video about this, breaking down the Muji gel ballpoint pen, so go check that out. It'll be in the end card. But let's get a quick rundown. I discovered the Muji ballpoint pen in the Muji store in Toronto, and immediately I was blown away by how smooth it writes with such little pressure and the comfort in my hands. But at one point it did just like start slipping when you first used it. I don't know what they did in the manufacturing, but it was super slippery and it was hard to like get a good grip when you first like get the pen. I've learned to kind of just dug it out because the aesthetic of the pen is something that fits with me, but also I'm able to write quick notes without any friction. It's not the best pen, but I've always unconsciously gravitated towards it. And next up, finally, it's another pen. It's the big ballpoint pen. I first used this in my sketching class last year, and I was forced to use this pen because it helps with making smooth lines that look sketchy, similar to a pencil, but it was also more neat. The ink flow is really quick. It's similar to the Muji pen, and it does replicate a pencil really well. However, the pen itself is really skinny, and after hours of holding it, my hand starts cramping. I kept it around all the time because it's very similar to my pencil, and I'm able to make sketch lines look intentional. If you're a design student and you don't have this pen in your toolkit yet, I generally don't know what you're doing. The most important part of the design process, in my opinion, is the idea generating phase, and this is mainly seen through sketching. I always carry around some type of paper just so I can get my ideas down quicker. I have ran through more sketchbooks than I can count, and it has wasted me so much money, and I needed a more affordable option. So when I went to Japan this past winter, I purchased this binder refill notebook. This A5 notebook can hold any type of paper as long as you punch a hole in it. I currently have blank paper, dotted paper, and lined paper inside, and it gives me a good variety of options without restricting me to just one. Another cool feature is the way that the binder opens. You just have to pull from the top and the bottom and it instantly opens, so you can refill or remove pages. I honestly have no nitpicks about this product, and it's definitely one of the best investments I've ever made. As a designer, we do a lot, and I mean a lot, of CADing. This means we require exact measurements, or else you're going to be wasting money having to reprint your prototypes or even your final product. And that's where the dial caliber comes in. I got this one from my professor last semester, but I've been using a dial caliber since junior year of high school. It's super easy to use. You just slide it up and down and you pinch any product you want, and it gives you the exact measurements. You can't really turn it off permanently though. Any slight sliding movement does make it turn on, which could be a good thing or a bad thing no matter the way you see it. It does waste a little bit of battery though, in my opinion. But you literally need this when you're modeling anything, or if you're planning on putting already made pieces inside your model. This is one of the most necessary tools you will ever use as a designer.
as well, bro. Daniel! Go to Daniel! The last one, he dipped it, bro.
Daniel got the last picture with Boswell. Thank you. At the end of the day, you can have the most expensive tools and the most optimized workflow, but that's not what being a designer means. Being a designer means knowing what tools work best for you and removing all the friction from idea to your product. Every product that I put in this video, I found through trial and error using different products and knowing what works best for me. Some products I got from different projects I've worked on, some are from childhood memories, and some are from trips that I've went on. However, none of these products were planned and they stuck around because it helps me create without any hassle. The best tools are the ones that disappear into your workflow so you can focus on your actual work. So for those of you who are in design school or going to become designers, think of the products that you're reaching for every day because that comfort is telling you something.